Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I'm Alfina and I'm from the 6th semester of English Education Department. Here I want to recommend you a book that I read. This is a famous crimes book. If you like this genre and you haven't read this book, I beg you to read it after this. It's so a highly recommend book. Okay, so the title is Sherlock Holmes, The Sign of Four. Sherlock Holmes is a world famous novel figure, right? The author of this novel is Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. This book was published in 1890, but until now it's still popular around the world and it has been translated into many different languages in the world. What an amazing book, right? So famous. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you short review about the Sign of Four. The characters in the story are Mr. Sherlock Holmes, the smart detectives, and also Dr. Watson, uh, a friend of Sherlock Holmes that always join the case which Sherlock Holmes handle, and also Lady Morstan. Lady Morstan is the one who had a problem in this book, and also Mr. Tadeu Solto, Bartholomew. Now, Mr. Tadeu Solto and Bartholomew is a brother, and also Jonathan Small, Mr. Athelney Jones. Mr. Athelney Jones is a town detective who handled these cases after this. The story starts off with Dr. Watson explaining how he watched Sherlock Holmes take cocaine 3 times a day for the past several months. Once he finally explains the bad effects of the cocaine to Sherlock Holmes. After that, there is a young beautiful lady named Lady Morstan came to Baker Street, number 221, which is the house of Sherlock Holmes. She told Sherlock Holmes that she needed Sherlock Holmes. She told Sherlock Holmes what had happened and she lost her father 10 years ago when her father stayed at a hotel in London. The hotel confirmed that her father, Captain Morstan, stayed there, then he went out and did not return. After her father disappeared for a day and a night, she called police, but the police could not also find him. Mayor Sholto was the one and only friend of Captain Morstan, who was in the same army, lived in London, but he claimed that he did not even know that Captain Morstan was in London. Imagine, guys, disappear for 10 years. What do you think? Is her father dying or hiding? A few years after the disappearing of Captain Morstan, an advertisement appeared in a paper asking for Miss Morstan to reveal her address. Upon the advice of her employer, she did so, and that the same day she received a valuable pearl in the post. After she looked for information, she found out that the pearl she received was the scare pearl, which was very expensive. Since then, she has received one pearl a year for the last 6 years. So now she has 6 pearls that are really expensive. The sender of the letter and the pearl asked her to meet him, but she could bring 2 people but not police. Then Sherlock Holmes and her and also Dr. Watson came to the address that was mentioned. There they met Mr. Tadeu Solto, the sender of the pearl and also the letter. Mr. Tadeu Solto is a son of Mayor Solto, a friend of her father. Mr. Tadeu Solto said that his father told him that Captain Morstan was dead because of heart attack. So Mayor Solto asked his sons to tell the truth to Lady Morstan, and for the next information, they should go to the Bartholomew. Bartholomew is a brother of Mr. Thaddeus Solto. When they arrived in Bartholomew's house, they found Mr. Bartholomew was deaf. So scary, and the death is not unusual because the face of Mr. Bartholomew is so scary. He was smile with the head turned on the right side like this. And they also found out the document appears to be a map and a sign with 4 crosses. In a straight line, the touching arms is present in the corner. Written below the sign are the words "the sign of 4", along with 3 Indian names and 1 English name. Okay, so Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson tries to solve this murder, which is unusual murder. Then what happened? You have to read this book because this is absolutely amazing story. Of course, it has a weakness. The weakness of the story is the story is a little bit complicated. But most of all, the story of Sherlock Holmes always succeeds to make the reader curious. The unpredictable storyline and the intelligent Sherlock Holmes how to solve the cases make the reader dumbfounded by the ending. It's wow, amazing. And for the moral value of the story is a mistakes is your teacher. Don't ever don't ever feel shame to admit it. Okay, so all of my review book from Sherlock Holmes, The Sign of 4. Oh yeah, I have the books. Okay, so this is the book of Sherlock Holmes, The Sign of 4. Okay, so the last my review. I hope you like this book, and the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.